Hello everybody, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 house building video. Now today I am building a house called Cozy Classic, and it's called that because it is a kind of small family house, hence it is kind of cozy, and I really like the way that the interior furnishing turned out. I thought it had a cozy look to it, so that's why I decided to give it that name. So as you can see here, I'm starting out with the structure of the house, and it took me quite a while to figure out what I wanted to do. I originally started out with having quite a lot of balconies and porches and stuff, and I get rid of those, and it just evolves a lot as I go along. That's one of the problems with starting out building when you don't entirely have a plan of what you want to do, is sometimes you have a bit of trouble figuring out how you want it to look and where you want things to go. But in the end I get there and it turns out really quite nicely, and yeah, so it does end up having 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so like I said, it's not very large. It's on a pretty small lot. I believe this lot is a 30 by 20, or a 20 by 30, I guess would make more sense, but it's not that large. I think it's only 20 blocks wide, 20 squares wide. I'm not really sure what the units are, but you know, it's not that large. So I wasn't able to put a huge house on here, but it did turn out quite nicely. So yeah, I'm working with the roof here, and because I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted the shape of the house to be, the roof was quite a mess for quite a while until I figured it out. And you can see there's this large kind of boxy room on the 3rd floor there, which I do get rid of because I don't end up having any 3rd floor on this house because that was just ugly. I don't really know what I was trying to do with the 3rd floor. You'll see I try to expand it later and then I end up getting rid of it entirely, so yeah, it just didn't work out. So you can see here the roof is kind of ugly, especially in the front because of that balcony that's over the porch. You know, the whole front is kind of flat. It's kind of like all the same. It's the same on the 1st floor and 2nd floor on the front, which is kind of boring looking, so that's why I ended up changing it up, which you'll see I do. And you can see this 3rd floor here is just not working. It's just way too tall and ugly, and I get rid of that. And here's where I try making the front porch smaller, which also doesn't work because it's the same problem, just smaller. So yeah, so this house is a little bit of a challenge to do, but once I figured out the structure and the roof, it was pretty nice and easy to furnish. So yeah, you can see I get rid of that, and here is where I get rid of the balcony that's on the 2nd floor. So you can see I just put a roof there and a wraparound porch, which turns out much nicer in the end. And so yeah, putting on the final roof here, I'm pretty sure this roof is almost the final one. So yeah, that's what the house kind of ends up looking like, shape-wise. So yeah, it looks quite nice now. I'm adding some roof trim around the place. I really like adding the trim, which is nice. I like that with the Sims 4 is that you can add different roof trim. They have a bunch of different options and stuff. And also I added this trim on the walls, like between the 1st and 2nd floor, which I really like because it just adds a nice bit of detail to the house that you otherwise wouldn't have. Yeah, so putting in some columns there for the front and for the back, and you can see there's a nice balcony there over the back. That's going to be the master bedroom, so the master bedroom gets a nice balcony. And you can see here putting some brick in. I originally started with some black brick, but I do change it to red because I didn't think the black was very nice. So I started out with like a black, green, and white color scheme, but I changed it to a black, red, and white color scheme to kind of get rid of the green because I just wasn't feeling it. I kind of like that roof. I really would like to use it in another house, but I just wasn't feeling it with this one. And yeah, you can see just the colors just kind of look bad, especially that front green, that green siding in the very front. But it turns out really nicely in the end. I go with a nice kind of red vertical paneling where the green is right now, and it turns out really quite nicely. You can see here I'm putting in some windows now, and I go with some black shutters for the windows, which adds a really nice contrast against the white siding. I really quite like that. And you can see here I'm just expanding the back and adding in some white siding. And yeah, some more windows, of course, plenty of windows. I really like using the large windows on the 1st floor. You can see those really tall ones here I just put in with the shutters. Those are medium height windows, and I really like using them on the 1st floor, like making the 1st floor have medium height walls and then just using those windows. Because they just look really nice, and they look really elegant and grand, I guess. You know, they work really well in the living room, which you'll see when we get to furnishing. And yeah, putting in the front door here, which is of course important, and I go with a black for the front door to match the shutters. It's got the white trim with the black accent, which I thought was quite nice. The only thing that kind of annoys me is they don't have a nice kind of French door that matches the traditional styled windows and stuff. All they have are the modern doors, which are really annoying. So I always have to keep using these same modern doors, but I guess it's okay. Yeah, so it's adding in some more windows, and I think that's pretty much the windows finished, finally. And here's where I start changing up the colors a bit. I start with this kind of grayish color for the top there, and then I leave it for a while. Do the floor plan, I come back later, and then I tweak the outside a bit more. So we're coming in for the floor plan here, and you can see not that big of a house. There's only like 4 main rooms downstairs. There's the entrance, the living room, dining room, and the kitchen. I mean, that's pretty much it. So you can see there's the stairs there. The dining room is that small room in the back, and then the living room is the largest room, which is closest to us here. And of course, plenty of archways and things like that, so it feels more open. And upstairs here, we only have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There aren't any bathrooms downstairs because there just wasn't any room. But you can see here, kind of a cramped hallway there, but the rooms are all pretty good size, which you'll see even more when we get to furnishing. Yeah, so I was adding in some small window details here. I do tweak the roof a little bit here because I just felt it looked a little weird, but it's pretty minor changes. You can see I just make it peaked instead of hipped, which I think looks nice. And yeah, so I expand the front just a little bit because it looked a little flat to me, especially because the roof looked a little funny once I did like kind of switched it around like this, as you can see. So I do bring the front out a little bit, and also add like a little bit of more detail to the porch, which you'll see is kind of like a part that comes out away from the rest of the porch, which looks quite nice. Here you can see, here's where I picked the red color, but that one corner like wouldn't put the trim piece there unless I pushed that other wall back, so I had to push it off forward. Hopefully that made sense, because it just wasn't working. It's just one of the annoying things with those sidings with trim on them is they're really finicky. But you can see here, I added this little part that comes away from the porch. I'm not really sure how to best describe it, but you know, it looks quite nice. And also changing the roof color here to a dark brown shingle, which, yeah, so I think those are the final colors of the house, the final shape. It's, oh actually no, I take that back, I'm going to change the brick. Then, those would be the final colors. Yeah, so I just changed the brick to a red color, and now I'm finished with the structure of the house. And yeah, so now we're just going to add some chimneys to the roof. I really kind of like the way that the chimneys aren't attached to the fireplaces. I mean, of course in The Sims 3 you could detach them using move objects, but you know, it's kind of nice the way the fireplaces are decorative objects. And I like that they have a bunch of different types of chimneys to pick from. I mean, it's a small thing, but it's just a nice detail. Yeah, so you can see here, just putting in some porch. I use this nice white wood on the porches. And now we're going to start landscaping. So with landscaping in this house, I started it in this part right now. And then I go and do the whole inside, and then I come out and finish it. So I don't entirely finish it right now, but I do come back and do it. So I was putting in some bushes in the front. This landscaping is much more simple than my last house, which was quite elaborate. So there's just some nice bushes and flowers here. The front is quite a bit nicer than the rest of the house, but you know, the sides just have some nice bushes. It's, you know, a pretty simple landscaping, which I like. So you can see just some nice flowers, and that's pretty much it, I think, for the front there. I'll probably put some rocks in. Yeah, so there's some more bushes, you know. My traditional type of landscaping, just bushes and flowers lining the house, you know. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice. Also, there's a really nice outdoor patio area, which you can see I'm putting in here. I'm going to furnish it later. And I use the perfect patio stuff, I think. The perfect patio stuff. The stuff that came in the perfect patio stuff pack. Yeah, I use that outside. It's a really nice stuff pack. I like the stuff that came with it. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the entrance to the house. We have this kind of nice terracotta tile, putting in cheats, this nice terracotta tile on the floor, and then this nice trim on the wall. I like all the wallpapers used in this house because they all have like this nice trim to them, which I really like. Yeah, so you can see this is going to be a pretty simple entrance, although it is quite large. That was the only issue I had. But yeah, so just a nice side table here. I also have a piano, a grand piano in the here, because I had no idea what else to put in the entrance. And the reason I chose a piano is because I actually really like pianos in the game. Like whenever I play The Sims, I like to have my Sims learn the piano skill. Or is it the music skill? I'm not sure if it's all together. I think it's the piano skill is separate, which is really nice because I like listening to them play piano. I don't know. So I thought it'd be fun to put a piano in. It's also a nice skill, something to do in the house. Yeah, so that's pretty much the entrance done. I'm just going to add some more details here. Don't know why I was raising those shoe rack up on the wall. I put these nice shelves here, but I discovered you can't actually fit anything on them. It's like nothing goes on them. So I used move objects to put stuff on them, and then they had later disappeared, and I didn't really bother putting them back. So those shelves actually end up empty, so never mind. Not really that a big deal. Yeah, so putting in some archways was really irritating as they don't have any one wide archways that are any good. Like they're all too wide. Even those single looking ones, they're for whatever reason, they're all too wide. I have no idea why, but they just are. Yeah. Anyway, you can see here in the living room, I put up the wallpaper, which is a nice dark red, and also a nice huge flat screen TV. I mean, that TV is giant. It's one of the unlockable objects through career, like one of those career unlockable objects. I'm not entirely sure which career it's from, but there's a cheat that you can get to unlock all the objects in the game. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the living room, very grand room, especially with the paneling on the walls. Could have gone with a softer color, but I kind of like the bold statement that the red made. So you can see here, we have the couches that are white and this nice kind of black desk here. Like the main color scheme of this room is kind of like red, white, and blue because you have that blue rug. I also throw a few more light blue accents into the room, which looks quite nice actually. Kind of softens the red. And yeah, so just quite a nice room. It's one of my favorite rooms in the house because it turned out really nicely. You can see that we have that kind of red quill pen there on the table behind the couch. I thought that was a neat accent. Yeah, so we're moving on to the dining room here, which turns out quite nicely. It's a small room, but it doesn't actually look that small once you put the table in it. It just looks small because it's compared to the living room right next to it, which is quite a large room. But yeah, this is not intended for everyday use because it's a small, kind of more formal eating area. There's a table in the kitchen that would make more sense for everyday dining. So yeah, this is the kitchen, or what's going to be the kitchen, and we have this kind of nice red terracotta kind of color flooring and the black and white tiles for the backsplash. You can see it's just quite nice, small, elegant kitchen. We have these nice cabinets here and a really nice island. I kind of like the circular island or oval shaped island. I've never used those rounded cabinet pieces before, I don't think, so it's kind of nice to have a chance to use them here. And yeah, so it's a nice small table in the kitchen and some more cabinets. You know, just a nice cozy room for your Sims to enjoy. Also some shelves, which I do put stuff on. I don't think that stuff disappears, so that's good. It's one of the things with move objects is some items just disappear. Like when I went through to take screenshots for the end of the video, one of the chairs at the kitchen table disappeared. It's like just really annoying. I didn't delete it, it just went away by itself. So, oh dear. I guess it's just a bug they need to fix, which they haven't done since the launch of the game, so that's great. Anyway, finishing off the kitchen here, there's some more curtains. I'm going to put a side table in that kind of bay window area. I don't really want to call it a bay window because it's so huge, but you know. Yeah, also some nice bar stools there on the side, so your Sims can sit there and eat too, I guess. You know, just some small decorative objects throughout. I also put some paintings here over the cabinets in the kitchen, which you can see look quite nice, and a small rug under the table, and then, you know, some plants and stuff, and that pretty much finishes off the kitchen. So I like the way the kitchen turned out. I like the way the whole house turned out. It's actually one of my most favorite houses I've done recently, so I really like the way it turned out. Yeah, so this is the upstairs hallway, which as you can see is really small, but I did put a small end table up here and a mirror just for some added detail. So the hallway just didn't seem completely bare. And yeah, so this is the first bathroom here. It's a pretty large bathroom considering it's like the guest bathroom, but since this is the only bathroom in the house besides the master bathroom, it should be quite large. So yeah, we have this nice countertop there for the sink, and you know, interesting color flooring. that's for sure. It's kind of like this yellow and blue combination. Also, I put the stuff in the master bathroom too while I was doing this bathroom. So the master bathroom does get that really nice large tub in it, which I was quite happy I was able to fit that in. But yeah, anyway, back to this bathroom. As you can see, it's got that kind of funky colored tile on the floor, which I thought was nice. It was a little bit more interesting, less bland. And yeah, also a nice tub with a couple of plants on either side of it. You know, just nice, nice amenities. I don't know if I call it amenities. Also, that curtain was really annoying me because it doesn't fit the windows. There's no good 3-wide curtains. Like, they just don't have them. Just some stuff they need to add in, I guess. We'll probably get some more good stuff once more stuff expansion packs come out, but till then, stuck with some kind of annoying objects, but that's okay. Also adding in some more details to the bathroom, and now we're moving on to this bedroom here, which is the guest bedroom. It's going to be red, as you can see. You got the red bedspread and the red walls. It's red and white colors. Really nice wood tones as well in here. And you know, it's just a pretty simple guest bedroom. Nothing that special about it. It's got a nice bed, some dressers. It's also got a small TV on top of that dresser that wouldn't center. If you notice that, it's so annoying. It's like sit on the edge there because it won't go in the middle. Don't know why, but that's irritating. Also, curtains again that don't fit the windows because there are none that will fit 3-wide windows. Or if there are, they just really don't look good. So, yeah. Anyway, a nice lamp and rug and some matching artwork there on the wall, and a plant in the corner. A lot of plants in this bedroom, but I guess that's okay. There's also plenty of windows too, so they'll be fine. And now we're moving on to the nicest bedroom in the house. This is the master bedroom. It's actually really quite huge, as you can see. I put the bed here by this bank of windows, which is quite nice. So you have all these windows. I mean, I guess it's not really the best idea, considering that that's where you're sleeping, and you probably don't want to sleep right next to windows, so that because like all the light will come in. But because I guess those curtains again, they're not the best fit for those windows. But I guess they get the job done. Also, there's a nice fireplace in here too for these chairs which face it, so you have this nice kind of sitting area. I guess if you want to use it for whatever, you can sit there, I guess. And some nice matching architectural drawings on the wall, and some bookshelves and a dresser. All the nice amenities you'd expect in a master bedroom. And some rugs that annoyingly didn't have any colors that suited the room besides that kind of pale blue. And yeah, so this is just adding in the final details to the master bedroom. It's a pretty simple bedroom. I felt like it was kind of empty because there's that large area by the bookshelves that just has nothing in it besides the rug, but I guess it's nice to have a bit of open space sometimes. And yeah, this is the master bathroom, which looks really quite nice, as you can see, very large. And you also have the double sinks and that really large tub, which I was really happy about. I haven't been able to use that yet because I couldn't find a place for it. And yeah, it's pretty much the master bathroom, adding in some curtains. I'll also add in a bunch more details as well, like some rugs, or yeah, a couple rugs there. And I also add some stuff on the counter, like tissues, some soap, and whatever else there is there, I don't know. And yeah, that's pretty much the master suite finished. And this is the final bedroom in the house. It's kind of a kid's room, teen's room, I guess, is what I was going for. And blue color scheme in here, as you can see. Nice large bed. I also put a computer desk in here and just some posters and stuff, as you'd expect. Yeah, I actually really like the colors on that bed. Also putting clocks throughout the house because why not? I also really like the colors on that bed. It's kind of like a gray and like a white plaid kind of pattern there. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, there's also a mirror there, a dresser, basic furnishings, and also a desk that didn't come in a matching color to the bed, even though they're from the same style. I don't know why. That was annoying as well. Also, just a huge amount of posters all over the walls, as you can see. And yeah, that pretty much finishes up the main furnishing for the room. Also added in some small details. Also, that chair at the desk, I really like that chair. I think it came from Get to Work, the expansion pack. This looks really cool. It's kind of like this clear plastic chair. Yeah, this is the outdoor patio here, which has this kind of nice shrub, what's it called, hedge, there you go, that's the word, a nice kind of hedge edging around it, like this kind of hedge wall, and also that archway there I thought was really cool. Yeah, so I'm just using all the furniture stuff from outdoor, or not outdoor, I was going to say outdoor living or whatever the Sims 3 stuff pack was, that was like this, but it's actually perfect patio stuff. Yeah, so I used all that stuff here. Also added in a mailbox, and I'm going to do some terrain painting and some lighting, some other small details outside as well, of course. Yeah, also putting in some bar stools there for the bars. Also a nice bar outside with a grill, and a nice seating area there. And our plant in the back corner. You know, just some nice details. Also some terrain paint here, of course, just to finish it off. And also, of course, the dirt terrain paint, which I failed to do earlier. I don't know why. But now I'm putting the dirt terrain paint under all the plants and stuff, just to add that final touch to it. And yeah, also, I didn't finish landscaping down this side of the house, so I'm going to do that now. So, adding in some nice flowers and bushes and stuff like that. And yeah, it looks really quite nice. I'm quite happy with the way that it turned out. You know, it's pretty simple, but it's not too basic. You know, it's not overdone though. It's just like a nice, perfect medium ground, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so putting in some outdoor furnishings here, a couple chairs on the balcony for the master bedroom, some nice benches and stuff, and we're going to start with the outdoor lighting here pretty soon. Anyway, this is nearing the end of the video, at least the end of the building part. After this, there are going to be some screenshots, so I'd love if you'd stick around and check those out. Be greatly appreciated. There's a bunch more stuff like this on my channel. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.